Also in military matters tonight, a 94-year-old Navy veteran who now calls Central Texas home was just getting off work in Hawaii when the attack began. Channel 6 military reporter Jillian and Angeline spoke with J.C. Alston as he looks back on a moment that changed the course of history. Jillian.
Leslie, J.C. Alston now calls Troy home, but he was stationed at Pearl Harbor the day of the attack. He was 18 when it happened, the day that will live in infamy, but can remember it quite clearly.
Well, I was fixing to get off watch and go eat breakfast when it started.
Thousands of miles away from his home here in Texas, Navy veteran J.C. Alston went to his battle station. As the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor was underway, his ship began sinking, but he and his shipmen later abandoned ship, swimming away for fear the USS California would roll over.
That old black oil was burning around in different spots on the water.
Alston served in a number of islands like Palau and the Admiralty Islands throughout the war in the Pacific. He was one of more than 2,000 on the ship.
It was hotter than blue blazes down there. And when we were going to the Philippines, you could step up on top deck. You couldn't see nothing but ships any direction you looked. That's how big a force we were.
He remembers the sight of a Japanese kamikaze attack in the midst of the sea of ships, straight into a carrier. Some shipmen from that sunken carrier joined Alston's ship. Prisoners of war were on a ship at one point too.
They just told us how mean the Japanese was to them.
Alston was confident peace would eventually come.
As we were taking the islands from them, we was going to their front door.
Alston was a part of the historic start and finish in World War II. He was also on a ship in Tokyo Bay when the peace treaty was signed on September 2nd, 1945.
The Japanese, when the Emperor said it was over, hey, they was out there jumping off in the water, us coming by, swimming.
Bookends of history.
I could just look where we were tied up saying, well, I was lucky.
Now, Alston has been to a number of the anniversary events in Pearl Harbor, including the 50th and the 75th just last year. He tells me he was one of 34 survivors at that remembrance. Leslie, back to you.
Wow, what a life. Thank you.